Hi, my friends. It's Lisa. I've been working on this Rosey journal for, I don't know, quite a while now. And I really should have waited to do the cover, but I didn't. I actually did that first. And now I hate it. I want to get this out of here. I absolutely hate it. I do not like it. So I think what we're going to do is, see, this I don't like, even though I did this, I believe, on video. And it's like, now that I look at it, I don't like it at all. So, guess what? We're going to take it off. And I'm going to redo this nonsense because I honestly don't like it. And not to mention the fact that it was a little crooked. When I was doing knitting and crocheting and all that, I had a lot of works in progress. And sometimes I'd frock them, and sometimes I wouldn't finish them. They're still sitting in my closet. So, or I repurposed the yarn or whatever, or make something else out of it. So, this is not something new to me. And I just thought, you know what, it's okay if you want to not do that anymore. If I don't like this cover, or this part of the cover. I'll say that. I like the rest of it, but I do not like that. Plus, it really, I don't know, it didn't really go with the theme of my journal. It's a rosy journal. It's supposed to be roses and stuff of that nature. Ugh, come on now. So, it's okay to frog stuff. It's okay to get rid of stuff. To redo stuff. Just take it all off and sand it down a little bit, and then we'll get moving here. Moving and shaking. Alright, I'm going to take this off. We'll try to get this off and try to get most of this frame stuff off. And I'll be right back. Got a little carried away with the sanding paper. That wasn't even the problem. The problem was I couldn't get like some of the thicker spots here removed, because I think what the problem was, I put too many layers on. That's why I started to sand it down, because it was getting like kind of bumpy in spots, like where these met, like the seams of the stuff met. So I even had to rip this off, and I think the best thing to do would be to try to get down to the very base of what we were working with. Say, like the book cover. I can just take this right off, to be honest. At least this part of it. And then we can paint it white-ish. Oy. And for heaven's sake. And then just redo it. It pains me to do it, but like, we have to try to fix it. Right? I believe that we do. And we can, I'm sure. It's just like starting over. Just pick all this bumpy stuff off. And that's probably what I should have done in the beginning. I should have taken care of the cover too. Like I should have, which I think I did sand it down. But use a better glue so it stays together. And so you don't just pick it, can be able to be picked off. But, oh well. When I'm done this picking off, I will come back and we'll see what we can do. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I think I got most of what I could off. I was really desperate to keep this because I am covered in dust, book dust. So I think what we'll do is put a layer of just white paint on, and hopefully that'll take care of the disaster I have created, right? Or whatever. Oh, you know what I forgot? I do have brushes that are like this. I don't know where I put them though. Oh well. So we want to get all the edges here because there is that. This is how it all started, trying to cover this edge up and then not being able to. So then I started with the sandpaper and that was the end of that. Well, had a little problem. We had a little issue here. Yeah. Here's the centerpiece. This was, it was driving me crazy. I know it's part of the book, but like this bumpiness here was just annoying me. So, yeah, that had to go. So, I guess I'm going to work on putting this book back together. And then, when I get it all, you know, pretty much back together, we'll work on it. You know, like, we'll collage the front, or the whole cover. And then we'll have to redo the middle part where I had the, what's it called? This. So, we'll work on that. And hopefully this won't be too much of a setback. All right. Well, let me get started trying to fix this. Alrighty. Let's see you in a bit. Well, my dear friends, we had a slight issue with the cover. Yeah. I kind of painted the whole thing and then I could not keep the elastic band. It was just a mess in here. So I had to take that whole thing out, And then I just taped over everything. And yeah, I don't know about this cover, if it's going to make it. So I decided to pull out another book cover. So this will, even though that other book was a little bigger, this is probably the perfect size for the papers that I had, like that I was going to put in the journal. See, they do fit. Like, it's perfect now. Until you go like that. But even there, that's pretty good. I do want this sticking out, this lace here, so. But if it's a little too big, then we'll just cut it down. That's all. Cut the paper down. And then I put this, what the heck is this? This was just too weak. So I taped it, and then I put a piece of cardboard in there. And unfortunately, my masking tape is ridiculously annoying. It keeps ripping. And I don't mean like nice rip. It like rips like as you're pulling it halfway through, it starts coming off the roll, like it'll split in the middle. I'm trying to see if I can find it where I put it. Pardon my arm slash body. But I don't know if you can see here where it just totally like just split. See? And then I have to sit here and pull with it until I get it to work. But I'm just done with that. I'll tell you that right now. Can't take it no more. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll probably put a piece of paper here and glue it down. Because I do have all this mess here. And then I think I'm going to put ribbon on the inside here. This way we'll have a, you know, a closure, because we don't have that. We weren't going to have that in the other one. Unless I just took a ribbon around the whole thing. So I think we'll start on that. You can sure hang around if you'd like to watch the craziness ensue. Okay, I found a piece of paper that was coffee dyed / tea dyed, not really sure which one, but it was a thicker, I think it was more like sketch paper, so we'll use that. And then I'm trying to think of what I can use to glue it with, because I don't want to use like, what's it called, Mod Podge. So, probably use my concoction here of, my stomach is growling again. I used tacky glue and wood glue, and I think clear tacky glue, all combined. Uh-oh. Well, that's fine. So, we'll try our best to lay this out. This is just covering this part, and then we'll have another cover, another piece of paper or whatever on the on top of this paper. So we'll do that. And I know if I put the ribbon in now, it will rip the paper. So that's why I'm waiting to do that on the others. When we get the other cover over top of this paper. Basically, I'm doing this just to hide all this and this. I think we need more glue there. All right. So, oh my. Oh, here we go. And I'll just let this cover this, and then we'll dry it. Or we'll let it dry, I should say. Not that we'll dry it. And just trying to get it even. And I'm leaving this a little thicker there. Now, I probably should have done the other side, but oh well. I am just not doing well here today with this cover. Like, I just messed it up so bad. But that's okay. It's allowed. We're allowed to make mistakes, which I do quite often. Yes, I do. But you just got to figure out what you did wrong and then move forward to fix it. That goes with anything, not just the journal. Probably maybe should have thinned this down a little bit. I didn't want to get too much water on here, because then, you know, the oops, see, the glue bubbles, makes bubbles in the paper, and it warps the paper, especially if it's paper, not like cardstock or whatever. But this kind of PVA glue does. And I really should be getting these, trying to get the wrinkles out. You see the wrinkles? Yeah, that's, and the bubbles, that's what I'm referring to. Gently, because you'll rip the paper. And then we'll have to go all through that nonsense again. No, no, no. And I'll just make it flat. Try to make it flat. As flat as we can without ripping the paper. Because if we keep doing that, it will get so, the paper will get so wet that it will rip. So, alright, so unfortunately, the heck, we do have to let that dry. Trying not to make a mess. So, now, I'm going to go do other things and let this dry. And when I come back, we'll have it all dry and all nice and pretty. All right, I will be back.